everyone, myself Nigar Sultana and you're watching Aryan Digital Learnings. In this video, we are going to learn the data structure array. In the previous videos, we have learned data structure and its classifications. In this video, we are going to understand what is an array and its characteristics, what are the operations we are going to perform, and how to declare and initialize an array. Now let's discuss the definition of an array. Array is a linear data structure in which all the elements will be arranged in a linear fashion and all the elements will be of the same data type. Now see here, it is a collection of elements of same data type. It is an array. So let's see what are the characteristics of an array. All the elements will be arranged one after the other. See all the elements, like we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30, all will be stored one after the other. And see, all these elements are of which type? It is of integer data type. Now suppose if I want to access the first element, how can I access the first element? See, this 5 element is present at 0th index and 10 is at 1 index. Next is 2, 3, 4 and 5. Suppose if I want to access 15, how can I access? First, before accessing, I need to name this array as A or whatever we wish. Now A of 0 is nothing but 5. Now A of 1 is 10. A of 2 is 15. A of 3 is 20. A of 4 is 25. Whereas A of 5 is 30. Okay, so the first characteristic is all the elements will be stored in a specific memory location. The characteristics of an array are that the elements will be stored in a consecutive memory locations. See here, now the A of 0 is placed at some location. Each element will contain 2 bytes because the integer value will take 2 bytes of memory. Now here I have got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose A of 0 is placed at 100 position and A of 1 will be placed at 102 position. A of 2 will be placed at 104 because each element will take 2 bytes of memory. Suppose how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 into 6 is 12. So overall this will take 12 bytes of memory. Now you can see, so in this example, see, A of 0 will be placed at 100 position and A of 1 will be placed at 102, A of 2 will be placed at 104, A of 3 is 106, A of 4 is 108. Now the starting address of an element is called as base address. Now this 0, so this is our lower bound and this is our upper bound, because where the actual data items are placed, the starting index called as lower bound and the largest or the highest index value is known as the upper bound. Now let's see what are the operations we are going to perform in arrays. Finding out a particular element position is searching. Next is insertion. Adding an element into an array is insertion. Next is your deletion, means removing an element from an array is deletion. Sorting. Sorting in the sense we are arranging all the elements in specific order, like it can be ascending order or descending order. Next is merging. We are going to merge 2 or more arrays into a single array is merging. It's like combining 2 or more arrays into a single array is merging. Now let's see how to declare an array. So this is a syntax of declaring an array. So first is a data type, array name and size. So how it will be, like suppose if I take A as my array name, so this is my size as 5, the data type can be int, in the sense what are the elements we are going to place in the array A will be the of data type integer, like we are placing 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. See, all these 5 element is of what type? It is of integer type. Now I can declare an array in this format also, that is, so A is our array name. So this is our array name and 0 indicates our lower bound, and 4 indicates our upper bound. In the sense what? See here, so this is our, so it starts from 0 index, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 0 indicates is our lower bound and 4 indicates our upper bound. So there are totally 5 elements. So now in this, the lower bound is 0 and upper bound is 4. So let's see how to find the size of an array. The formula to find the size of an array is upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. So what is the upper bound here? So in this example, the upper bound is 4 and lower bound is 0 plus 1. What is 4 minus 0 plus 1 is 5. Do we have 5 element size here? Yes. So now, as I have told you, this is our array name, this is our lower bound and upper bound. What is the condition here is lower bound should always be lesser than or equal to upper bound. So here we have given few examples. See, this is our lower bound and this is our upper bound. Let's find out the size of an array. So I have told you upper bound is how much? 10 minus lower bound is how much? 1 plus 1. What is the value? It is 10. So size of an array will be holding of 10 elements. Clear? So next example is, so in this B array we have upper bound value as 30 minus, so this is our lower bound value. So lower bound value is minus 2 and plus 1. What will be the value? This is our 29. This array contains 29 elements. In the C array we have the upper bound as 5 minus of minus 3 plus 1. So this is your 8 plus 1 is 9. So in this diagrammatic representation, see, it starts from minus 3 and ends till 5. So this is our lower bound and this is our upper bound. See, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, do we have 9 elements here? 5 minus of minus 3 plus 1 will make 9 here. So now let's see, there is another way of declaring an array, that is array name of lower bound dot 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 upper bound. See here, A, it starts from 1 and it's until 10. So this is another way of declaring. So the declaring of one dimension array is data type, array name and the size. So here you will have one row with 60 columns. Okay, this is your one dimension array. So it starts from 0 and end till 59. So now let's see how to initialize an array. What do you mean by initializing an array? Giving values to an array. So here we have integer, the data type is an integer, A is an array name, size is of 5. So now 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So these all are the values of a given array. First, A of 0 will be holding 5, A of 1 will be holding 10, A of 2 is 15, A of 3 is 20, A of 4 is 25. So this is the way of initializing an array. So we have another array as array name. So this is A, B, C, D, E. So this part is of what type? This is of integer type. This is an example of character type. And we have one more type. Now let's see, this is our integer. This is our integer, this is float, this is integer and this is character. So this is invalid array because we have different type of array which doesn't support in the array concept. So I have told you this is a way of initializing an array. So here again we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, let's see another example of characters. So B is an array name of size 10. We have 5 characters here, A, P, P, L, E. And see here, here we have got 10 elements can be stored in this array. So first A of 0, that is sorry, B of 0 will be holding A, and this is your 1 index will be holding P, 2 index will be holding another P, 3rd index will be holding L and 4 index will be holding E. Rest all will be placed with a null character. And Suppose here in this example we have how many cells? We have got 5 cells. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So first one is holding 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now if we try to insert another element, it is not possible because we have given the size during the compile time. We cannot change the size of an array during the runtime. In the next video, we are going to discuss all the operations like traversal, insertion, deletion in our next video. Thank you.